Thank you so much for coming in today, John. I am so glad to see you. I want to start by first asking, how did the assessments go for you? I know we went over several last time we spoke, and I just wanted to check in and see how you were maybe feeling on that day, and maybe how you're feeling now as well, sitting here as we're preparing to talk about your test results. Do you have any questions about the test that you took and what we will be discussing today? Okay, I hear you. I hear that you were feeling down on that day and that the tests were a little confusing. It was a lot of information at once, so it makes sense that you felt a bit overwhelmed, especially as you state that you do not feel like yourself right now. Before going into the assessment, I do have an important question I need to bring up with you, and it may be kind of uncomfortable, but it's important that we address it. You had stated on one of the assessments that given the chance, you would kill yourself if you had the option. So, John, I need to ask you, are you going to kill yourself? Well, I am so glad to hear that you do not have those feelings today. After we are done discussing the results, I would like to make a plan with you about what we can do if these feelings become alive for you again at another time. I think that's something that we could do to really help support you and help keep you safe. The way I'm going to explain your results will be by explaining to you about the test that you took and then describe your results and what they mean in comparison to other individuals that have taken the test. Test scores are not defining. They are a way for us to understand what you're experiencing right now to help us develop a plan together for supporting you and your current goals for seeking care. I know I've covered a lot already, so I just want to check in and are you comfortable with me going ahead and moving forward with your test results? Excellent, thank you so much. If you are comfortable with it, I will begin with the first test, the Beck Depression Inventory 2. This test measures for clinical depression and depression severity. You scored a 32 on this test, which is considered a score of severe depression as compared to others who have completed the test. Some of the items that you stated were true for you included, I am sad all the time, I am disappointed in myself, and I criticize myself for all of my faults. Next is the Beck Suicide Scale, which is meant to identify suicide risk. Your score was a 2, which does not allow for a diagnosis of suicide intent as compared to other people who have taken it. Your two responses of I have no desire to kill myself and I would try to save my life if I found myself in a life-threatening situation led to the lower score on the suicide scale. Then you took the Beck Hopelessness Scale, which looks at your beliefs about your future. Measuring hopelessness helps us identify depression and suicidal intent, as hopelessness is often a symptom of depression and frequently found to be common with suicidal intent. Your score, as compared to others who have taken this test, is 13 or considered moderate. Some items you identified that were true for you were, my future seems dark to me. All I can see ahead of me is unpleasantness rather than pleasantness. And I never get what I want, so it's foolish to want anything. Lastly, you took the Beck Anxiety Inventory, which is to measure anxiety symptoms separate from depression as they tend to overlap in the ways that they are presented. Your score was an 18 or moderate. Some of the items you selected that you scored as moderately true for you were unable to relax, fear of losing control, and difficulty breathing. With all of these results, it sounds like you're really hard on yourself right now, and I would love to explore this more with you and how we can work together on improving these feelings about yourself. You're experiencing moderate anxiety, which is overlapping with a severe experience of depression and feelings of hopelessness. You are having a hard time feeling pleasure and seeing a positive future for yourself, as well as an expectation that you must be punished and that you are doing things the wrong way. I'm concerned for your safety, as these results are often found in those who want to kill themselves. How are you feeling with this information being reflected back to you? How accurate does it all feel?